Anyway, I got to laugh at myself if you don't laugh. Anyway, let's start again. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. Now I've lost my train of thought. Get back on track, Helen. Sorry, I'm just laughing at myself. Regroup. DMO. Do you have one? Do you have a DMO? Do you know what a DMO is? Hopefully those of you that have been following me for a while, you know exactly what a DMO is and you've got one. If you don't have one, you should have one. And let's talk about what should be on your DMO for you to be kind of successful in network marketing if you want to build online. So if you want to take advantage of the internet and social media, attract people to you, what is it that you should be doing every day on your DMO to help you be successful? That's what we're going to talk about today. So if you're here joining me live, please say hello. Hopefully you'll get some benefit out of what I'm going to share with you today. Now, we've just jumped off live Q&A Zoom call number 1 of 2 for May 2025. What's wrong with me? And it was an amazing call. So if you are a coaching community member, go and catch the replay of that live Q&A Zoom call. I know what it is. It's just hit me. This is really weird. Guys, I don't drink caffeine. I drink natural caffeine sources to give me a boost in energy, but I cut out caffeine when I'm digressing, but I'll just explain. When I lost like all my weight a couple of years ago. So I drink coffee, but I drink decaf. I've just loaded up on a drink which has got, I forgot, it's actually got quite a lot of caffeine in it. It's actually like a healthy energy drink, but it's not my usual one. It's a different one. And it's got a lot of caffeine in it. And I've suddenly gone, whoo! So have you had anyone not drink caffeine and then have caffeine and it's like, oh, now I feel a little bit different. So that's what's going on here. Let's get back on track. Who's here? Let me say hello. Hello, Claudette. Good to see you here. Hello, Bob. Lovely to see you on. We've got Jane as well. My DMO is crucial to keep things moving. Absolutely. Hello, Lloyd. You're silly. I'm feeling silly. That's what it's all about. So in the coaching community, if you are a member of the coaching community and if you're in my network marketing team, you get all of that for free. Go and watch that replay because we talked about a lot of really beneficial stuff. Lloyd was on that call. Claudette, you're on that call. Like, great questions. Okay. So let's get back to a DMO. Daily method of operation. And we did actually talk quite a bit about this on the coaching community call as well. It is the small things that you do every day in your business that is going to help you be successful. It's not being the smartest tool in the shed. It's not being the most skilled person online. It's not having the most fabulous personality to show up in stories or live videos, etc. Consistency will outweigh skill. So if you feel like you lack in skills in some way and you look at some people online and you go, oh, they're so natural, I wish I was like that, or I wish I looked like that, or I wish I was younger and more vibrant, or, you know, whatever goes through your head in whatever holds you back in social media, your consistency will outweigh that. So your DMO is something that you should do every single day. And there are going to be times where life throws you a little bit of a curveball, and that's okay. That's life. But when that happens, what I work with the coaching community members and my VIPs with is you just have a smaller version of your DMO, but you still do something every day. When we strip it all back, all the confusion that we have in building a business online, the two things that you always want to do is content and conversations. You always want to have a piece of content out there every single day, whatever platform you're on, whatever works for you, and then be in your stories multiple times a day. That should be a non-negotiable. If you want to practice attraction marketing strict principles and attract people to you online and do more online rather than offline, and you want to attract people to you, you've got to create content, and you've got to do that consistently. Because if you're not consistent with your content, so you put content out there and you're really enthusiastic for a few weeks, you're excited about something in your business, you put content out there and then you stop. You stop for a week, you stop for 2 weeks, you stop for 3 weeks. Those people that were watching you, they're now watching somebody else. And if that somebody else is consistent, they've stayed with that somebody else. Your consistency is key. Your consistency creates trust. Your consistency shows, oh, they're serious about this business. They're serious about this product. They're serious about what they're doing, because you're not talking about it for 5 minutes. You're talking about it, every day, or, a few times a week. So your consistency is what builds the trust. The trust is where your next customer or team member is coming from. People will not buy from people that don't know, like, and trust. Man, this caffeine is getting to me. Now I know I won't. I stopped drinking it. So that the trust is so important for somebody to feel confident to reach out to you about your product or your business opportunity. It's that comes from your content. Okay, it also comes from the consistency of that content. So that's why you want it on your DMO. The other thing that you want is conversations. So ideally, and I talk about this a lot, we just talked about it in the coaching community, is you want your content to create the conversations. Like, wouldn't that be amazing if every time you put out a piece of content, you had a handful of people to talk to that engaged with you, that wanted to know what it is that you are using or the business that you're in? Wouldn't that be amazing? But that doesn't happen. And you've got to realize, it can happen, but it doesn't happen with every piece of content that you put out there. So what we've got to accept is that we need to marry the process and divorce the result. We've got to put content out there, and sometimes people won't engage with it, or, nobody wants that, like, they're not reacting to it. So be it. Somebody is always watching you. Somebody is always watching. So don't delete your content just because nobody engages in it. You need it there, and you need to be consistent with it. When you are consistent, you build trust. When you build trust, people will feel confident in reaching out to you. But if that content doesn't create the conversations, guess what you need to go and do? You need to go and create conversations. And this is where, those of you that don't have a DMO, stay with me, because I'm going to give you some guidelines. Those of you that are not in a lot of conversations, you need to be realistic enough about the fact that you need to go and create those conversations. Now, those conversations don't need to be business focused. They could just be, friendship based. And this is where your best strategy for this is ICQ, which is going to social media with intention, finding a reason to compliment somebody on something that they've posted or something about them, and then ask them a question. So you create a conversation by complimenting somebody. That's how you get noticed. That's how somebody feels seen and heard, is when you compliment them on something that's important to them. So what works really well is, you've seen a social media post or a story, you think of something to compliment on them around that. So you compliment them. And if you can think of a question to ask around that same topic, then do that. So you've done it with intention because you've thought about it, and you've sort of researched a bit of their content. You've given them a compliment, so that gets you noticed, because not enough people are nice to people out there. So when somebody says something nice, it puts you on their radar. And then when you ask them a question, you keep the conversation going. Now, if you don't know how the algorithm works on the platforms, is that the private conversations you have in Messenger drives who sees your content. So you can indirectly put yourself on somebody's radar, send a message to somebody that is not business related, no product, no business, but you send somebody a compliment and ask them a question, you start a conversation. I guarantee you, the next time they open their, let's just take Facebook, for example, when they open their Facebook, they will see your content. The algorithm is driven by your private conversations, and your private conversations don't need to be business related to start with. But if your content isn't creating the conversations, network every day on your DMO. Put 15 minutes aside in the morning and 15 minutes aside at night, and just do a little bit of networking with intentional people. Not just anybody or everybody. Intentionally, who are you creating those conversations? So intentionally pick the right people, compliment them on something, ask them a question. ICQ, that's what we're known for here. ICQ in our online crew, and do that every day as part of your DMO. The more conversations that you start, they will see your content, and it's not direct. You're not directly targeting them, but they'll see your content because that's what the algorithm is driven by. Okay. And you never know what that might lead to. Somebody might say, oh, by the way, what's that stuff that you keep talking about? Or by the way, that business that you keep talking about, what is that about? Or by the way, I've been meaning to ask you about. Or you get really good with your intentional questions that you lead to a pain point, then you can bring up your business or a product. Do you see how powerful that is? So every day you need to be creating content and conversations. But if your content creates the conversations, amazing. Job well done. You're going to be having conversations anyway. But if your content isn't creating the conversations, you need to be realistic. If you're not an influencer, you don't have a huge brand, you don't have a lot of people asking you every day what it is that you do, please take some responsibility and create those conversations. But don't make it a big, huge burden. You know, nobody wants to reach out to people on social media. You don't want to feel icky. You don't need to feel icky when you do ICQ. It's trust that you're building. You do that every day, day in, day out, or at least 5 out of 7 days, and you do that every week, I guarantee you will have more customers and more team members. But if you don't do it, if you don't have a DMO, if you're not doing the small things every day and you're just enthusiastic for 5 minutes, and then you back off, if you're in and out of your business all the time, so will the results in your business. Yeah? Okay, so what else do we want to have on our DMO? Come back to what I share with you regarding the ABC of social selling success, which is part of my brand. It's part of my motto. What's the ABC of social selling success? You need to have an attract. Like, you need to attract people to you. There's no use putting out content out there and putting, you know, all this effort into content if you don't have a big enough audience. Like, if you've only got 100 or 200 people on your Facebook and you're growing your business on Facebook, you're putting all this effort into content, your audience isn't big enough. You're not putting your content in front of enough people because your audience is too small. So A comes first. Your audience, you've got to build up your audience. Some of you have too many family and friends. On, like, if we take Facebook, for example, you've got to build up your network outside that. So you should be doing that as part of your DMO. Grow your network every single day past your family and friends. So you've got 80% of people that, you know, are like-minded people and 20% family and friends, not the other way around. So that's the attract phase. That's A. We've got to start with eyeballs. If you don't have eyeballs, you don't have a business that's growing. Okay. The second thing, build your influence and build your brand. So how do we do that? That's the content. That's teaching. That's knowing how to provide value on social media. It's putting content out there that is helpful, you know, useful tips, great information. So that comes down to, like, your content piece. In how are you building your brand? Well, firstly, if you've got a personal brand, and if you've got a personal brand, what is it that you're teaching and educating people on? So you've got to have content out there that increases the B of ABC in social selling. So as part of your DMO, you're creating content. Okay. The C is the converting to a sale. It's all good to have a big audience. You could have tens of thousands of people there. And it's all good to create content, but if you've got viral content, you've got lots of faces and lots of content, but you're not selling a damn thing, what's the point? So you need to get, really good at the follow-up. You need to get good at asking questions. You need to get good at converting the faces to a sale. So there should be something in your DMO every day that's helping you convert. So a couple of acronyms for you to remember from this video if you're not familiar with them. Those of you that have followed me for a while, you'll be familiar. But ICQ, intention, complement, question. And the other one is the ABC of social selling success. You should be hitting those 3 every day on your DMO. So attraction, building, influence, and your brand, and converting. Okay. So how do we do that? What does that equate to? Okay. Is this helpful? If this is helpful, just put helpful in the comments. I want to see where you're at. You can have something like this. Like, this is a sample DMO. Those of you in my coaching community, you have this template in the coaching community, and I have blank versions for you. I have this as a Canva template, and you can pull up the template and put in your own thing. So you can make it your own. Okay. So coaching community members, you've got access to this exact form in the group and the members website, and I've given you a blank copy as well. So I do recommend that you have a personal section and a business section. And if you've listened to me for a while, you would know that I'm very big on helping you be the best versions of you, because you're the one that's going to make yourself be successful. It's not the reels, it's not the TikTok, it's not the conversations, it's not all the fancy stuff. There's no silver bullet. You're the one. It's what's going on up here. It's your belief in you. It's the action that you take. It's, like if you had bulletproof belief, like, I know I'm going to be successful in this industry. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I am proud to be in the company that I am in, and I'm proud to take the products that I take and how they've helped me. And I love, all the leadership and everything that our team provides. Like, you're proud and you've got posture. Is that you? If that's not you, then personal development comes first. You got to work on your mindset. You got to work on your belief. You got to work on your confidence. You got to work on taking action to chill you out if you're stressed. You got to work on reducing overwhelm if that's where you sit. You got to work on positivity if you naturally think towards the negative. Everything is energy. How's your energy? Are you a positive person that it's fired up when you get up in the morning and you exercise and you look after yourself and your number one priority, and you put, you got it all going on and you're firing on all cylinders every day? Or do you wake up in the morning sluggish, not wanting to get out of bed, just, not feeling positive? Why should I bother? Or, I'll do it tomorrow. Everything is energy. How's your energy? Are you positive? You good? You're great? You're excited for your business? Or are you a little bit down, overwhelmed, sitting back, fearful, not doing what you know you should do? Check in with your energy personally. So some of you might have some work to do with the personal section. Okay? You come first. I know for me, when I feel good and happy and energized and, I'm not carrying extra weight and, my body's not inflamed and I fuel my body with the right food and exercise and stuff like that, my business is better. Everything I do, I show up differently. I show up for you guys differently. Like, everything is better when I'm good. When I'm not good, I kind of hide a little bit. I shy away. I show up less on social media. I second guess myself. Massively start second guessing things, and then I slow down the content creation, and because I'm just not feeling it. And so when I'm not good, my business isn't good. Can you relate? If you can relate to that, put the number 1 down below. So personal comes first. Okay. So let me read you out some of these examples. So reading, audible, you should be doing some kind of, like, fill your brain with something positive in the morning. Like, if you don't read, are you an audible person? Like, put something in your ears in the morning that gets you going, that is positive, that gets you feeling good. So take responsibility for that. Fill your brain first thing in the morning with something positive. Don't open your email and your messenger and, suddenly everybody's robbing you of your time for what they want. Fill your brain first thing in the morning with something that's good for you. Okay, a meditation, whatever makes you feel good, up to you. Journaling you should do every day. I recommend the end of the day. What worked, what didn't work, what am I going to do differently tomorrow? So you are looking yourself in the face every day. What worked? Oh, do more of that. What didn't work? I let myself down. I got distracted again. I let myself get overwhelmed. I didn't do what I said I was going to do. So we're not doing that again tomorrow. I'm going to clear the calendar. I'm going to do this between 10 and 11. Like, I'm going to time block and make sure I get it done. When you evaluate and you get your thoughts from here to paper, you will move so much faster in your decision making. You'll get out of overwhelm, because overwhelm is just you got too much going on up here and not enough action being taken. So when you get your thoughts out of here and onto paper, it naturally helps you process what it is that you should do more of and what it is that you should do less of. You with me? Okay. So journaling is a good one. Exercise, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just if you're not a walker, you're not a jogger, you're not a gym person, get up and do some exercises on the floor. Do some lunges. Just do something to get your heart beating in the morning and make you feel good. Jog on the spot. Like, who cares? 5-10 minutes of exercise in the morning is better than nothing at all. It'll completely reframe how you feel when you do a bit of exercise. So do that. Ladies, your cortisol peaks in the morning. Or even for men as well. So it's better to exercise in the morning to use up your cortisol, because if you don't use up your cortisol, it gets stored as belly fat. Just side note. Anyway, moving on. Affirmations. I do this twice a day. Before my feet hit the ground in the morning, so I'm still lying in bed. And when I'm lying in bed at nighttime, I'm reinforcing what it is that I want. I'm reinforcing the opposite to my fears. You are deserving. You are worthy. You can do this. You can attract the right people. You are going to build a killer business. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What is it that you need to tell yourself? What is it that you are lacking at the moment that you need to overcome? And that comes from affirmations, because you got to switch what's going on in your head. Because did you know you run 80% by your subconscious? Have you ever driven somewhere and you're like, how the hell did I get here? Like, I can't even remember driving here. It's because it's probably something that you've always done, like a trip, and you didn't even think about it. That's how you run majority of your day. You are doing things without thinking about it. You are letting yourself down before you've even realized you're letting yourself down. You're avoiding it and doing the dishes and the washing and the gardening and everything else, and not taking the action that you need to take in your business without you even realizing it. You run by your subconscious. Your negative thoughts, your fears, what holds you back, it's coming from your subconscious. You need to do affirmations every day to switch that switch. Switch the switch? Does that make sense? You know what I'm trying to say. Flip the switch. Flip the switch. Okay? Flip the switch. So you need to reinforce what it is that you want and what it is that you're going for, and the universe will provide. It will. When you put the right intention out there, you don't even need to know the how with some things. You just need to know what it is that you want, what you're going after, and things will happen. People will be put in front of you. Videos like this will be put in front. You're watching this video today for a reason. There is something that you need to get out of this video. The universe will look after you when you aspire for the right things, and affirmations can help you do that. It'll put the right person in front of you with the right message and the right things. Okay, so affirmations are amazing. Meditation. Meditation's great. Like, not all of this is going to be suitable for you. I'm giving you examples. Okay. So yeah, if you need to chill out at the end of the night, do you have problems sleeping? Maybe you need to switch off your brain. Maybe you're one of those people that you're on the phone until the last minute of the night. Maybe you're even on your phone in your bed. Don't do that. Maybe you sleep with your phone next to your bed. If you do that, just at least put it on airplane mode when you're sleeping, because the frequency from the phone, do you know how much damage that's doing to your brain? Seriously, stop that. Get an old-fashioned alarm clock and get your phone away from you. Anyway, I digress. And practice gratitude. Do you know when you sit in gratitude, you can't sit in fear at the same time? So when you consciously, and that might be part of your affirmations, I'm so grateful for the people that I work with. I'm so grateful to be in the team that I'm in. I'm so grateful to have the products that have changed my life. I'm so grateful for whatever you're grateful for. You can't sit in fear when you sit in gratitude. So deliberately on your DMO, practice whatever works for you and get yourself in the right headspace, so then you can start doing some of this. Okay. Now this is my Canva one that I created. So we've got week commencing. So this lasts for a week. Okay, you got a personal section, you got a business section, and then we've got time frames. So how long are we going to do this? Like, this could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. If you've got more time, it could be 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Like, put the time that you're going to do these activities, and then you just tick it off. Tick it off. Print this out. This is your tracker for 1 week. This is your DMO. You have it sitting next to you, and then you just tick off whether you've done it or not. You can all do this, can you not? Coaching community members, go and download the tracker that I've got for you. Fill in your own boxes with your own activities and use this one. You don't have to create your own. I've done it for you. Okay? And then the business section. What are you doing for your business every day? So I'm just going to read what I've got in these ones. So you could do birthday messages, particularly Facebook. It tells you whose birthday it is every day. Okay? Go and connect with some new people and say happy birthday to people. Do it the day before or the day after so you get noticed. Otherwise, you're just in the sea of people wishing everybody a birthday. Send X amount of friend requests. Send 1, send 2, send 5. If you've never sent friend requests before, like on Facebook, just start with 1 or 2. 1 or 2 every day, 7 days a week, over a month, 2 months, 3 months. You will be growing your audience and you're hitting the A out of the ABC of social selling success. Okay, this is us hitting our A. Okay, if you're on Instagram, go and follow some more people. Okay. Friend requests could be there. Networking, like I was talking about before, ICQ. You should be networking every day. Maybe do some in the morning, some at night. Go and say, well, don't. Oh, it's so annoying when people get into my inbox. And for those of you that haven't heard this example before, if somebody hits my inbox and goes, and I don't know who they are necessarily very well, and they go, "Hi, Helen, how are you?" Or how's things? How's life? And I don't know who they are. I'm like, man, I'm busy. I got kids, I'm a wife, I got multiple streams of income, I've got groups, I've got lives, I've got a network marketing team. I'm busy. Like, you can wait. I won't even answer that unless I'm, sitting down chilling out at the time. But if somebody gets into my inbox and goes like, today, timing of this video, it's my son's 17th birthday today. I've put up a post already on social media about that. So if somebody got into my inbox today and said, "Oh, hi, Helen, I saw it's your son's 17th birthday," picked up on a photo of his, said something nice about me or him or whatever, and then asked me a question, which one do you think I'm going to respond to? So one is a complete waste of time, which is what most people in this industry are doing in Messenger. And the other one is direct. It's intentional. It's giving me a compliment and it's asking me a question. ICQ, ICQ, ICQ. Okay, see the difference. Be the ICQ person. Stop wasting your time on social media and getting into people's inboxes saying, "Hi, how are you?" And pick on something intentional and get their attention. Let them know that, that you're thinking about them because you saw their content, like they're feeling seen and heard. Okay. X amount of new conversations. So networking, X amount of new conversations, not following up or continuing a conversation, a new conversation. Like, have a goal to have 1 new conversation a day, 2 new conversations a day. Like, pick your number. Okay. Post on social media, non-negotiable. If you want to grow your business on social media, you've got to be posting and creating content. Content creates the conversations and creates the exposure and creates the curiosity. If you don't have content, what are you doing here? Okay. 3 times stories, 5 times stories, 10 times stories. Stories you should be doing every day on Instagram and Facebook. Stories is your behind the scenes. Stories is your reality TV. Stories is where people really get to know you. Okay, so stories should be a non-negotiable on your DMO. Maybe a reel, maybe a TikTok, maybe an invite to look at the business, an invite to join a Facebook group, an invite to something. Like, this is the business component. So does that give you a better idea? Obviously, you've got to relate this to what you do in your business, and what fits for you. But this is what a DMO should look like. This is so simple to print off. You've got your activities. You don't need to think about it. You just time from here, you time block it and just get it done. And, for some of you who need to gain traction, you get it done before you go to bed. Like, if you haven't done it, well, I didn't do it. Well, I'm going to do it before I go to bed. And that's your commitment to yourself and your business. However, here's the warning around this. I see this all too often. Somebody doesn't have a DMO. They start with a DMO. They've got all this on there, and it ends up being like 2-3 hours work. They've never been consistent with a DMO before. It looks pretty. It's amazing. You're so proud of it, but there's so much freaking on it, and you are not good at doing it anyway that you set yourself up for failure because there's too much on it to start with. If you're not good with your consistency, if you've never done something like this before, start small. Okay, a few activities which take a minimal amount of time and master it. Set yourself up for success and not failure. So do it, have a time frame, tick it off, feel good about yourself, feel good that you're working your business, grow that confidence. And then as you get confidence and you're creating new habits, you can build on it and build on it and build on it. But you got to start small and set yourself up for success. So don't go overboard. If you've never friend requested on Facebook before, don't say you're going to do 20 friend requests. It'll last 1 day. And then you'll start checking out, and then you're like, "Oh, I didn't do it again," and "Oh, I didn't do it again." "Oh, I've only got 1 day out of 7 ticked off. I'm a failure. I'm no good at this. This business doesn't work." Like, no, you're a little bit too enthusiastic with it, and you kind of it wasn't realistic. So evaluate. Once you've done it, you got to evaluate it, and you might get a big realization, "Oh man, that was way too enthusiastic. I can't commit to that because I work full time, whatever." Or, "I blitzed that. Let's up the ante a little bit. I can do more because that was actually really easy. I ticked it all off. I can do more." So you've got to evaluate how it's working for you. Okay. Was this helpful? I want the number 5 if this was helpful. I really hope it's helpful, and I hope you remember a couple of things from this live video. One, you need a DMO. You should have a DMO that sits in front of you with boxes to tick, and paper is helpful. So something like this, again, coaching community members, you've got this in the group and the members website. I've also given you a blank copy. So you got this copy with examples on it, but you can go and I've given you a Canva template that you can go and type in your own stuff. And a full video training that goes with it as well, okay? So you need a DMO. Secondly, ICQ, intention, compliment, question. If you're joining this video late, go back to see what that means. The other thing, ABC of social selling success. You should be hitting every day on attracting new people to you every day, building your brand and influence. That is your content. And converting. Converting is the conversations. You can't convert anybody without a conversation, okay? All right, we've got lots of 5s. Good to see. And Claudette, it is helpful as it is a crucial part of building. Boom, thank you for our comment of the day. So I'm going to leave it there. I've talked long enough, but I really hope that's helpful. But not just listen to it. Go and do something with it. Especially those in my coaching community. Go and get the template and actually go and implement that, okay? Now, just to give you the heads up, I am not live on my normal schedule for the next week and a half. So this normal live at this time and the one that I did 2 days ago, I won't be on my normal live schedule because I am flying to America next Monday. I'll be away for 10 days. I'm speaking at an event. I'm flying to Durham in North Carolina. It's going to take me, I think, 36 hours to get there. Watch my stories over the next 10 days because I'll be sharing majority of my journey probably in my stories, including all my travels and all the rest of it. So I just won't be here, but I'll come live when I come live over the next week and a half. But join me this time, not next week, the week after, because what's coming up in June is I'm doing a free, yes, free for you guys, lead magnet bootcamp. So I've done it before, but I haven't done it for ages. So if you want to create your own freebie, your own kind of lead magnet, I'm doing a lead magnet bootcamp for free, only in my group though. I won't be live on my business page or Instagram. But I'll be talking about it in 2 weeks' time and launching registrations for that in 2 weeks' time today. So make sure you join me when I get back as well. I might be a little bit jet lagged because I only get back the day before, but I'll be back in my normal seat in my normal live here 2 weeks today. So follow along. What I'm going to overseas for is like an attraction marketing, like digital marketing conference. And, you know, we're doing all things social media, digital marketing. It is in a purpose-built studio where all the students will be on screens, like, you know, those kind of Tony Robbins events where they stand in a big studio and all the students are out. Like, that's the kind of thing we're doing. It's going to be amazing. So make sure you follow along with my stories over my travels over the next 10 days. And I'll see you here in this seat 2 weeks today. And you'll be able to get access to register for the Lead Magnet Bootcamp, which will be really helpful for a lot of you. This is how we get people to raise their hand from just watching us on social media to becoming a real lead. Okay, so I hope this live video was helpful for you today. Follow along with me in my journey to America and back. Hopefully there's no travel disasters, and I'll see you back in this seat in 2 weeks' time today. Okay, bye.